One second. I think I changed. The chairs that we have all been removed. We got cheaper than we single. I think they're
Good morning. Michonne, green is your color. Are you going to remember to wear it on St. Patrick's Day, though? Yeah. I always forget. But traffic was still a little bit bad this morning. Still have people not paying attention to school zones. Adriana, I like that color. You're welcome. All right, everyone, it's 9 o'clock. Today is Tuesday. The good thing about Tuesday is we're closer than we were yesterday to Friday. Please come in and have a seat. All right, I'm going to call the docket. When I call the docket, if you can, I need you to stand so that I'll know you are here. If you do not answer the docket, I'm going to assume you're not here and a warrant may be issued for your arrest. Alberto Trevino. Isaiah Verjou. Migdalia Salazar. Fidel Ayala. I know I mispronounced it. I gave it too many syllables. How do you pronounce the last name?
Did it right?
Oh, I did? Ah. Michael Herrera.
Present.
Israel Elizondo. Nathan Martinez, custody. Martin Rios, custody. Juan Tehran. And custody, Epifano Marcato. Arturo Contreras. Thank you. Ralph Perez. Leonardo Rosales.
Present.
Robbie Gonzalez. In custody, we have Nathan Martinez, Yvette Garcia, Noah Moran. Nicholas Ramos is in custody. Cynthia Cabello. George Abeya, how you pronounce that? Abaye, thank you. Manuel Sandoval.
Present.
Jose Contreras. In custody, we have Rodney Johnson, Stephen Wellington, oh, Zoom. Todd Dotson, custody. James Harris, custody. Let me see if that's the complete docket. Yep, that is. All right, everyone, these are the rules of the court. Attorneys, I need you all to listen very carefully and follow these rules, and please do not break these rules. To my right, at the back, is our CLO, Bashan, could you raise your hand? Do not crowd around her. Just think if you were at your office, which that is her office, even though the county didn't provide her with a door, that's her office. Just think if you were at your office and somebody went in your office, you didn't invite them in your office, and they start putting their papers down, standing with your back to them, which, you know, when you stand with your back to her, you know what's in her face, and crowding around her. That's not good. So we're not going to do that today. So nobody crowd around her. And the easiest way to remember that, do not walk behind Ruben. Ruben, can you raise your hand? Do not walk behind Ruben. Do not walk behind Travis. Travis, could you raise your hand? Nobody walk behind them, because when you do that, that makes her job more difficult. To my right, where the deputy is standing, that's where inmates come in. Do I think anything's going to happen with the inmates? No, but it makes the deputies nervous because they're in charge of security. So just think if you were at the prison and you're coming to visit and you're just walking around with the inmates and the deputies, that makes their job more difficult. So do not stand in front of Travis. Travis, can you raise your hand? Don't stand in front of him near this door and crowd this area, because inmates are coming out that way and it makes it very difficult for the deputies. The other thing, on this side are the boxes for criminal trial division. On this side are the boxes for family violence. If you will just take your file and sit it on their desk and have a seat, they will call you in the order in which you'll appear. They are not going to put the second person's file on top of the third person's file on top. If you give your file to them, instead of turning it face up, if you'll turn it face down, guess what? They'll turn them over and they'll see, this person is first. The other thing, do not approach the court unless you confer with the state and confer with your client. If your client is in the back, ask the deputy to bring them out. When the deputy brings them out, please do not leave, because they're in charge of security and they can only bring out so many inmates. And when you request your inmate and you leave, you're being a little bit selfish, because that means that attorney who's here can't get their inmate out. Do not approach the coordinator asking for a continuance or a reset. I'm the only person who can do that. This is jury trial day. A jury will be up here at 11 and somebody's going to jury trial. So today is Tuesday. It's a beautiful day outside, even though people disobeyed the school zones, which I'm just waiting for somebody to pull them over, and I will be a witness. Let's be kind to each other. Let's be patient. And let's confer. Oh, everybody's all still now. You guys have followed my rules greatly. Please confer.
Goodbye.
Okay, sure. I will make this happen.
Cabello. José Contreras. José Contreras.
You're welcome. And I am working on my file. Okay. All right, thanks. All right, we'll do.
Sandoval, Manuel.
Sorry, who? Oh, yes. Oh, she can come and sit here. All right, thank you.
I already knew. My first thing.
Okay, sure.
Hello. Hi. Oh, you can have a seat here if you want to. All right, to attorneys and everyone who is a party to criminal court proceedings, this is my student from UTSA. They're trying to decide if this is what they want to do. So let's make today a happy day. And don't listen to Paul Smith. Paul, come on. We need new blood. So everyone, if you have time, please talk to her and let her know what you do and what's happening today. Today is jury docket day. So somebody's going to go to jury trial and the jury's going to be up here at 11. Yeah. And defense attorneys, could you raise your hand? Defense attorneys. So these are the defense attorney. Prosecutors. Probation. Deputy Laura. So, and court reporter. So feel free. And when you're an attorney, you got to be bold. So feel free to go out and talk to them about anything you want to talk to them about, what they do. Okay. All right, go make it happen. You got to be bold. So everybody be sure to tell her what you do.
Good luck. Mathematics.
Yeah.
Don't scare her, Paul.
Yeah.
Done criminal appellate law. That's where I started actually. When I was at St. Mary's Hospital, there's a hospital at Gore, which is a criminal court chest. So there's that kind of law to like more like people really want to know the law. I think other things I really like really like yeah.
I think like if you more practice to get.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah, it's not that high school. I love it. It's
Fantastic. We'll hear it, real.
Yeah.
That's your fine. I can't speak for themselves. That's where you come in. So that's a part of that.
You got to what you need?
You work with the prosecutor.
Yeah, you're the restaurant. Take people to the restaurant.
They'll give you their version.
Right.
But you know what they've done. I appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah.
You ever hear of that?
You don't have to. Sorry.
Yeah. American Jewish food, Jewish culture, and the conflict is not a feature. Good luck.
Thank you. Morning. Production. What kind of criminal aspect of it? First-hand experience.
Yeah, we working for family violence here. So like all of our cases are violence or like sex violence.
Yeah.
So a lot of emotion, a lot of But when do you, so you work? When do you like?
I don't like that. So the author was never really, for here, yeah, I love that. Yeah, before him, I was a personal injury attorney. I love that. It was peak COVID, so everything was closed. I didn't really get that experience that I wanted. But, yeah.
So you, and you can say now, you go to St. Mary's.
Yeah.
Another law school other than St. Mary's. And then you take your law school. Yeah, that sounds kind of cool. Well, I know they're hiring. The good thing about working for the county is you're eligible for like public service. So, and then I think I hit my 10 years.
Hi, good morning.
Yeah.
You getting my client here?
Yes.
I'm waiting for
Yeah, cool.
somebody to come so they have to give her the file.
I think like. It's like a pretty fun job, like. For anyone.
Oh, are you all ready?
His client's not here yet, Judge.
He's incarcerated, but I think we could still approach.
Yeah.
Oh, I need the file. Let me have them come from the back.
Well, I can go over there. I could play two roles. Bear County money is Bear County's money.
Yes.
Old, boring.
How's it going?
No, we did the jury yesterday. We started testimony this morning. Yeah, 25 minutes. That's all we had. 25 minutes. So that's what it was.
Yes.
For murder.
And
25 minutes.
see, I give you all a lot of time. I'm like, how much time do people want?
I told Sade she had to do it because last time he gave me 25 minutes, I cracked my crown because I was grinding my teeth.
Oh,
I couldn't, yeah.
so is this impact court or
290th.
290th? Okay.
Looks like a case.
Morning. All right, so which file do you all need?
Huh?
Which file?
Santos.
Arturo Santos.
Yes, Santos. Santos Converse, right? Or is it Contreras?
Contreras Santos.
I would try to grow my R's a little more.
Yeah, I gotta get more of those cases.
Good, not wearing jeans, so you must be already.
Okay.
Just in case.
All right. You're welcome.
That's why we wear dresses.
Yeah, that's smart.
What is the first thing?
I went to my-
Arturo?
my, workshop for a year. And then you're like, the summer, maybe.
I don't know if that's on the docket. What's the cause number?
What's the cause number?
2022 CR 11150.
If it's not on the docket, if you could pull that file, because I don't,
He might not be here either.
yes. Because I don't, they're gonna check and bring you
Yeah,
the
I
file.
asked for him.
Oh, you didn't ask for him?
I did ask for him.
Okay,
so
all right, let's see. All right, thank you.
I need to scan.
They're going to pull the file and we'll see.
Okay.
I mean,
Oh, and if you want to, that's Denise Hairston. She's a prosecutor. And they're actually trying a case right now in the 290. If you want to see that, and then we'll start jury selection here probably at 11:15. If you want to come back here at 11:15. It depends on what you want to do. Okay. Here? Oh, the attorneys are going to come in and we're going to see who's going to enter plea, who's not going to enter plea. And those who are not entering a plea, they're going to go to a jury trial. Yes, so we'll have a jury coming up at 11. All right, but if you want to go to the 290, let me know. Okay. Denise,
Yes, ma'am.
This is my student from UTSA, Sophia.
Nice to meet you.
So she's gonna watch your jury trial in the 290th and then come back here at 11.
Yes,
So when you leave, can you take her to the
Yes, I
290th?
can.
Thank you.
you're welcome. It's gonna go by.
I'm putting you in great hands.
Welcome.
All right, what's your client's name? It's Arturo Santos, right?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know why I just got Jose Contreras. Who's here for Jose Contreras? Thank you. All right, they're bringing your file from the back and we'll take it up. Is your client on bond? He needs to come forward. Jose Contreras.
He's a pretty fellow in the beard.
All right, he needs to stand right here. Come forward.
I didn't know he was in shorts. I apologize for that.
All right, so here's the thing, Mr. Contreras. Your attorney really shouldn't have to tell you how to dress for court. You understand?
Yes.
This is not a picnic. You can't come to court wearing shorts.
Sorry.
No problem. Jeans that are not cut up are acceptable. All right. Slacks are acceptable. I understand that sometimes people don't have a suit. So you don't necessarily need a 3-piece suit or anything like that to come to court, but shorts are not allowed, okay?
Okay.
All right, so what is happening with this case?
Your Honor, it's the first setting on this case. I believe we're just asking for a reset to review the discovery on this.
So have you received all the discovery or no?
I have not yet. Good. I'm brand new on the case, Your Honor.
All right. All right, I'm going to give you all a reset. Excuse me, do you have a reset form over there? Thank you. Thank you. And let me see what date I'm going to give you. I'm going to reset you all for June 20th for discovery.
Yes, Your Honor.
And I will give you a reset form. After you sign the reset form, you are excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Your Honor.
And just turn that in after you sign it.
Yes, ma'am.
Usually the court coordinator does the resets, but her son had a major ankle injury today. Yeah, so she's taking care of that. Oh, thank you so much. All right, who is here for Arturo Contreras Santos? They're bringing him up.
Okay. thanks.
So he was ordered.
Okay.
Thank you. Who's here for Robbie Gonzalez?
We are, Your Honor. Smith for the defense. Mr. Gonzalez has come in and approached.
Travis Bank, Your Honor.
Hello. All right. Where's Robbie Gonzalez? All right, we're scheduled for jury trial.
Yes, we're ready to.
All right, so you all need to be here at 11 a.m.
Very well.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, what are you requesting?
Good morning, Judge. My client's asking that he can go to his daughter's graduation this weekend, and I have all the information for that.
All right, so you need to file a motion
Okay.
and then the court will hear it.
Okay.
All right,
Good. Thank you.
thank you. You're welcome.
No, well, the only thing.
Well, at 5:30 PM, supposedly the systems are supposed to go down.
So just kind of.
I had a Philip just out today. I got a notification. I brought over tomorrow and certain I was correct in that. No, I just need to check and see if that's the case. He's in custody. He was going to be brought over. James Harris.
Yes, he's here.
Today?
Yes.
Excellent, excellent. If we just talk to him. that would be-
Yes.
All right, Deputy Laura, is that Arturo Contreras?
Yeah.
He can come forward. Good morning.
Move up, move up.
All right, so of course, today is your jury trial date, but Ms. Hairston, you're currently in a trial
Yes, Your Honor, I'm currently in the 290th in a murder trial.
and you can't be in two places at the same time.
Correct, Your Honor.
People expect that of attorneys. They always think you can be in two places at
I'm
the
I'm
same
good,
time.
but I don't know if I'm that good, Your Honor.
I have faith. All right, so Mr. Contreras, the person who's trying this case is actually going to be Ms. Hairston, and she's currently in a jury trial, so she can't be here as well. They don't have a lot of people in her division, so she's the person on this case. Do you understand? That's either yes or no. Okay. So we're going to move your jury trial date.
And Your Honor, I have a couple of openings in my schedule as well, if I could offer them to the court.
Okay, what dates?
I have June 12th and June 26th.
June 12th and June 26th.
Yes, Judge.
All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you down. Let me see. Criminal Trial Division. Hi, is June 12th your jury trial week or no?
Let me check.
All right, thank you.
Second row, second, and third chair.
Judge, family balance, June 12th.
How long do you all expect this trial will go?
The state can be done with actually this case within probably 2 days.
All right. So Criminal Trial Division, you're on the week of June 19th too, correct?
I believe so, Judge.
All right, so I'm going to put you down for June 20th.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that doable for you, counsel?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, because
That should be
that's a short week for us. And so since this case is not going to go that long, then. So can you give me a reset form for jury trial on Arturo Contreras Santos for June 20th?
Jury selection on Tuesday and start testimony on Tuesday?
Yes.
Okay.
And so we'll start jury selection. We can start it at 11 in the morning.
Okay.
And then in this court, all day, Wednesday is all day trial. So if something happens where we have to do jury selection in the afternoon instead of the morning, then just know that everyone needs to have their witnesses here on the 21st.
Okay. Yes,
All
ma'am.
right, and just check in with the court and I'll be able to let you know.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
All right. All right, thank you. All right, thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, don't forget. Hi.
May we be excused, Judge?
All right. Oh, I need to give you, is he going to be bonding out or no?
Not as far as I know.
Well, let me just make sure. Let me give you a reset form just in case,
Yes,
okay?
Judge. Yes.
This is Arturo Angel Contreras Santos. You're welcome.
Anything else? To the issue?
All right, if you'll sign this and return the top sheet.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Who's here for Rudolph Montoya?
I am, Your Honor. That's an agreed order. I just spoke to the prosecutor with your permission. It's an agreed order.
All right, is this on the docket today?
It is not, Your Honor.
All right, who's the prosecutor? All right. All right, so there's no objection to him having
No,
the work
Your Honor.
hours?
He lives in a different area than the complainant lives as well.
All right, and this is 9 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Yes, Your Honor.
And counsel, you're saying Monday through Sunday?
Yes, Your
Does he
Honor.
work?
9 to 5, Your Honor.
Oh, 9 to 5, because it's 9.
I'm sorry, I
Okay.
disturbed
Well, no, it's just that you have 9 to 9 p.m. in your
you. I'm sorry.
motion.
I left the order blank though for you.
Yeah, he had indicated 9 to 5 to me.
All right, and this is Sunday,
On,
Monday through Sunday?
Correct, Judge.
that's every day, I guess.
Okay,
As
All
long
right,
as it's for
so-
entertainment purposes.
so does he have to be at the location by 9?
So,
And the reason why I ask is because he needs, then if he has to be there at 9, then he needs to leave before 9.
he does not. So 9 to 5 will be fine.
Okay. All right, if you'll take this to the back.
Will be, Your Honor. Want to leave the file here?
Yes.
Great. Thank you, Judge.
Oh, counsel, let me give it to you to take it back to the clerk.
Absolutely, Judge.
You're welcome. All right. Oh, this one I've done. All right, this is done. Who's here on Todd Dotson? Okay, so why is this on the docket today?
You reset us from yesterday, Judge.
For a recall today?
Yes, Judge, for him to think about the plea offer and
Okay,
provide that to the court.
so yes, Mr. Dotson, what do you wish?
I'm not gonna take it.
Well, first of all, let's not use the word, I ain't gonna take it, because that's not proper English. So if you're not accepting the offer, the correct and respectful way to respond to me is, Your Honor, I am rejecting the state's offer, or Your Honor, I'm not accepting the offer. Do you understand? I'm sorry?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so an offer has been tendered. Are you accepting the offer or rejecting it?
Yeah.
All right. State, how long is this jury trial going to take?
2 or 3 days, Your Honor.
For an assault family second? Okay.
Judge, it's a 3-count indictment.
But I mean, it's not a. Yeah, it should take that long. I mean, I don't think it's gonna take 3 days. Do you all have videos or something?
I don't believe so, Your Honor. It's just gonna be mostly testimony.
All right, your plea deadline has expired. The court is not going to accept any plea bargaining agreements in this case without good cause. Otherwise, you'll have to plea open to the court. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm going to give you a reset date. Could I have the a reset form, please? Thank you. Okay. All right, we're putting you back on May 6th. I'm sorry, June 6th. That is your jury trial date.
That is our, yes.
All right, your jury trial date is June 6th. You're going to be brought over dressed for trial. You're going to be brought over dressed for trial in whatever clothing, civilian clothing you have at the jail. If you wish to be attired in something different, you will need to sign a clothing exchange form with your attorney. Counsel, if there's an issue with the clothing exchange, let the court know and we'll see if we can help expedite that.
Thank you, Judge. We've already discussed that, so we'll be working on
All
that.
right, I'm going to give you this reset form in case he bonds out. And then just be sure to turn that into the clerks.
Will do, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
You didn't fill anything else out on them.
Oh, wow. Okay, so it's good. Right now, I know I should talk to the. So I don't know. Yeah, okay. Insane.
Thanks.
Okay.
That would be awesome. Right.
I make fine.
Are we playing Norma today?
Okay.
Are we fighting Norma? I have this cover. From the very passage offer. And also the. Back to the jail. So. All right, let's see.
Miss Christian.
Yes, catch.
Hi, Deputy Laura, is there any way we can bring him over today?
We could try.
I think they wanted to, Jason, if they brought him over today, would your advocate have time to make that call?
Of course, we'll be able to.
See, I'm telling you, who you think you're talking to?
I can get it for you.
So wrong. I'll go get the files, so I might be out of the courtroom.
All right, no problem. I know you can do it, but if you can't, that's fine. We can,
I'd rather get that.
okay. All right, Deputy Laura, can you have them? Yes, thank you.
I like the way you're thinking. Before they get just cooking in their heads a little more.
Sorry.
Look at that. Okay, that is. Yes, yes. They're going to.
Oh, yes, sir. Yeah. And it's,
Thank you so much.
And they're very. Visible.
Should we approach?
Yes,
This is not on today's document.
I don't recognize you without your pen.
You know what? I got out of the house without it. I don't know how. I was like, oh, geez. This has been e-filed. It's a motion for an investigator. It's not on today's docket.
Oh, sure. What is the person
It's
charged with?
Sexual assault.
Okay. There you are. You're welcome.
Second room. Second floor. Yes, exactly. Yeah. This one's a-
No, that's just one.
Adrian Martinez?
They're gonna send me some information if they did not accept Mr. Tolliver, and they'll come. Well, I'll call the judge. So. Yes, so I'm like, yes. Well, I'm gonna text them and make sure that they please accept him. Okay, and I just sent the judge a text message.
I have one and the name. Noah Morgan.
Yes.
It's really. That's not. Thank you for helping me the other day. How you doing? How are you? Good. Hey, you back there? I have some 2014. I just see. The old trade. If you don't speak.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, good. I'm gonna leave some 2218s in the back.
Okay.
They're, for my phone calls and passing.
Okay.
Bail bonds. Trying to clear up.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You'll have a blessed day.
All right. You too. I miss him already.
It's just a guy, right? That's it. One like that. Yeah. Yeah, definitely like all that. It'll be fine. She always.
How are you? Okay.
Uh,
Nobody, just more of a general question.
Hello.
Good morning, Judge. How are you?
Good morning.
Judge, I spoke to today to see if they consider agreeing to job modification because no harmful injuries contacts.
Mhm.
They informed me that they prefer to speak to the victim.
Yes.
Use no more in person.
Yes.
Is that something you have to set up? Is this normal? or-
Yes. Yes. And she should be in shortly.
You know what day you would be okay with you?
Oh, just ask her and she'll put it on the docket when we have some free time.
Okay, that's a free, okay, and then my question is my client excuse from not here.
Oh, no, they need to be present. Yeah.
And it's just you asking general questions to the victim?
Yes.
Okay, no problem, Judge.
All right. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You know, there's one that I've been made aware of. It's a dollar change. What's the air receipt?
Yeah.
So, they call it the black shirt. They go through that inside shells. That's what I do.
He's filling out the data sheet right now. Anyway, he's right.
It helps.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
No.
That sounds like we should.
Attaboy, but no.
Harris? Harris?
He's in the box.
Your Honor, may I approach?
Yes.
Judge, I'm here on Martin Rios. I
Yes.
conferred with Criminal Trial Division and with Family Division because he's got 2 cases. We're ready for trial.
Okay, all right, 11.
11 o'clock, you want us back at 11?
Yes,
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
you're
Appreciate
welcome. Thank you.
Did the plea yesterday. Yeah, well, this was printed before. So she marked it, since she didn't make her, she didn't make her this. She just put out that. Sit around.
Thank you so much. But we will need him back at the moment. Well, I asked him.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
But, you know, and I know what you're doing.
I'll do what I can.
Can I have the parties on James Harris?
Ready, Your Honor.
Court is calling 2022 CR 2512, State of Texas versus James Stewart Harris. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Gearhead, Your Honor.
Todd Lessert for Mr. Harris.
Are you Mr. Harris?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery and did you review it with your client?
I have, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Harris, I'm showing you what's entitled application for deferred adjudication or community supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Showing you what's entitled true bill of indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
I did, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, we are, Your Honor.
Mr. Harris, I'm showing you what's entitled court admonishments. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
I did, Your Honor.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of possession of a controlled substance? Penalty group 1, less than 1 gram. That's a state jail felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days at the state jail facility and up to 2 years and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
I did, Your Honor.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court doesn't follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
I do, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
I did, Your Honor.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I do.
Mr. Harris, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
I have, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page, did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, there's a $1,000 fine. State recommends deferred adjudication. They're taking in consideration NIMAC number 706486. There's to be restitution to SAPD for drug testing. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
It is, Your Honor.
Showing you the waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. State is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 2 years. There be a TAP evaluation and 120 hours community service restitution. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charged in the indictment, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest, Your Honor.
State any evidence?
Yes, Your Honor. State exhibit number 1 with all of its attachments.
Any objection?
No objections.
All right, state, you may be excused. Mr. Harris, I'm showing you what's entitled Waiving Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
I do, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. The court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, the court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
We would like to, Your Honor, yes, and I would like to say a few words on behalf of Mr. Harris.
All right, what do you wish to say?
Mr. Harris is in his early 50s. He has never, ever been in trouble with the law before. These are his first offenses, completely his first offenses. And Mr. Harris does suffer from some mental health issues for which he's being treated. But I wanted the court to be aware of those things before you proceeded to sentence.
All right, Mr. Harris, what is your diagnosis?
Bipolar disorder with manic depression and psychotic episodes.
All right, where's your family?
I only have my mother here in Texas, and that's about it.
Do you have children?
No, ma'am, never married, no children.
I'm sorry?
No, ma'am, never married, no children.
All right. Are you in a relationship with anyone?
No, ma'am, I'm not.
Right. So when's the last time you had employment?
3 years ago.
And doing what?
COVID.
No, I mean, my question is, what were you doing 3 years ago?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was working at a Circle K.
All right, here's the thing, employment is available, so you can only use the COVID reasoning for so long.
No, it drove me to homelessness, and my fault.
All right, so you're gonna have to get employment, you understand?
I do understand that, ma'am.
So do you have a place to stay if you were released?
Temporarily, yeah.
And where is that?
My mother's.
Does your mother want you staying with her?
I've been in contact with the mother quite frequently, Your Honor, and she's fully in support of Mr. Harris.
So does she want him staying with her? It's
James.
different to say I'm in support than, hey, you're gonna be living with me.
I haven't discussed that with her, ma'am. This is we hadn't gotten that far as yet.
All right. And how old is your mother?
She's 74.
All right, so she doesn't need any drama in her household.
Yes, ma'am.
Probation, if he intends to live with his mother, then we need to make sure she wants him to live there. So you just can't put your address down as with somebody if they don't want you living
I
there.
understand that fully. I wasn't even aware of this court date. We hadn't gotten that far.
Okay. All right. How often were you using meth?
Daily.
Daily, okay. All right, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to sentence you to $1,000 fine. That will be probated. 3 years deferred adjudication. I want a referral to felony drug court and TAP evaluation. That's going to take place while in custody. Felony drug court, they'll be able to see you probably this week or at the latest on a Monday. The thing about felony drug court and why it would be good for you is they have a dual diagnosis problem. So they can work with you on your mental health issues. And until you're clean and sober, nobody really knows what your mental health issues are. They can help you with that. They can help you with housing. They can help you with employment. It's just a global thing. And you need that. I don't want to send you out into the world thinking that you're going to stay with your mom. And then your mom says, no, you can't stay here. And then you'll be right back here because you're not following my rules. Okay. So that's going to happen while he's in custody. If for some reason felony drug court does not accept him, and you need to be 100% honest with them, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
If you're honest, they'll accept you. If they don't accept him, then I want to see about a lifetime recovery. Because he's going to need to start with either being in felony drug court and seeing them weekly, or either an inpatient. So if he's not accepted in felony drug court, then follow the recommendations of TAP. There's going to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. We're going to do the UA hotline until further notice with weekly testing. Do a referral to Center for Healthcare Services. I think that if felony drug court accepts you, then they'll handle the mental health issue, but you need to make sure you have a doctor and case manager, okay?
Yeah, that's where I was diagnosed to the center.
All right. Proof of employment. Within 30 days of release.
I have to get my social security card, and that's the only thing right now.
And felony drug court will help with that as well.
Appreciate it, Your Honor.
There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. I'm going to want field visits one time every 2 months until further notice. There's 120 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to have you do that because you need to keep your schedule full. So you're not thinking about drugs or thinking about other things, okay? All right. Take in consideration NIMAG number 706-486 and restitution, if any, to SAPD for drug testing. Probation, is there anything else he needs?
Your Honor, I just want to clarify, if felony drug court does not accept, then it's going to be lifetime recovery along with the top recommendation.
Yes. All right. Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
Good wishes.
All right. I will give you those, okay?
You're right.
Showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes.
All right. And I'm sorry, can you also do a MIC evaluation?
Yes.
All right. All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we can go off the record. So if you are accepted into felony drug court, then I will not be supervising you. The judge of felony drug court will be supervising you. And once you graduate, which I know you will, I'll show up for your graduation, okay?
Thank you.
Now, in this court, to be successful on probation, communication is key. If there's an issue that's happening in your life, don't just drop off the face of the earth. Contact your probation officer. If you feel like your probation officer is not addressing the issue, just come into court. I'm here Monday through Friday, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Who's here for Juan Tehran?
Here, Your Honor.
All right, so this is coming back at 11th jury trial.
11 or 1:30?
11.
Okay, I don't know.
Okay,
Thank you, Your Honor.
all right, thank you. Mr. Callahan, Mr. Callahan, you ready for trial with your client?
We have an agreement.
Oh, okay. Jessica Gonzalez, you ready for trial?
Your Honor, we've had an issue come up.
What is this issue?
The state just got the forensic interview Friday.
There is a child safe video that we
Child safe
learned
video.
last week. So we received it apparently on Friday.
Yes, Your Honor, in prepping the case, I noticed that it was missing and then we requested it, and we do have it.
All right, then you all need to look at it.
We need to talk. That's what we're trying to do.
Okay, all right, thank you.
They're bringing it down.
All right, thank you.
Oh, there was a bunch of stuff. Oh, no. So, and that's
I'll be back in 5 minutes. Fernando, you are not helping us with our diet.
Judge, I'm sorry, I think I'm gonna get somebody diabetes in here and I front. Sorry.
Oh, no, we enjoyed it. It was great. Thank you.
I'm not even just. It's first class. Thank you so much.
All right, who's here on Israel Elizondo? Come forward.
I'm here. Hello, Judge, how are you?
All right. All right, your client needs to be in the middle.
Yes, Judge.
All right, so this is scheduled for jury trial? Why are you all before me? I mean, we're scheduled for jury trial. Jury's gonna be up here at 11.
Judge, this is our first trial setting and I'd like to move for continuance, please.
Why?
I'm still looking for 2 witnesses. The last setting was our final discovery conference. I'd like to go over some of those documents in a little more detail and.
March 2nd
Yes,
was, well, you were here on February 6th,
Uh-huh.
and I gave you guys a plea deadline date of March 2nd.
Yes, Judge.
So on March 2nd, Mr. Elizondo said he was rejecting the plea, so the plea offer expired.
Yes, Judge.
So there's been since March 2nd, we did the entire month of April, and now we're at close to the end of May.
Yes.
So it's on the trial docket. If people are looking for a continuance from trial, everybody needs to file a motion for continuance and the
Okay.
court will hear it.
Okay, would you like me to go file that?
Yes.
Okay, I will do that, Judge.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
They're coming to be fixing that. Okay, and that's fine. I just filed this, but we're waiting on that. Do you want to text me? Okay, can you just text me when they? Okay, thank you.
All right, Michael Herrera. Is this on the docket today or no?
Yes, Your Honor. Judge Angelini put it on the docket, even though we knew the competency issues that were going on. But he was filling in and he put it on today's docket.
So what are the competency issues and have those been addressed?
They have not been addressed. So I filed the motion way back in February and he's still awaiting competency evaluation.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can you check to see why the competency evaluation hasn't been done?
Yes, sir. And looking in the Bear County system, I believe the order just went out last week, or like last week, I believe.
The order,
Dr. Jumas.
okay. All right. And defense has filed this motion to withdraw. Mr. Herrera, are you aware of the motion to withdraw?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we're going to go on the record. Court is calling 2022 CR 0147, State of Texas versus Michael Herrera. Can I have the parties announced for the record for the state?
Travis Banks, the state of Texas.
Defense?
Jessica Gonzalez for Mr. Herrera.
And are you Mr. Herrera?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So defense, I know you filed a motion for an evaluation. Is that for competency?
I had previously filed the motion for competency and sanity, I believe.
Okay. So here's the issue the court is facing. I understand why you want to withdraw. And Mr. Herrera, do you have any objections to her withdrawing?
No, ma'am.
But this is where I am. I don't understand how I can grant a motion to withdraw when there's an issue of whether or not he's competent, because is he competent to tell me?
He understands.
Yes.
I understand the court's concern. My concern, which is actually one of the things that I spoke to Mr. Herrera about in the hallway when I presented him with these motions, is him going and doing the competency evaluation. If it is to come back competent, then us having to file that motion to withdraw and a new attorney getting on the case so quickly, with the case being so old. And I understand this court moves through their dockets pretty rapidly, and I don't want to have him disadvantaged by an attorney being new on the case and not being able to work up the case while the competency issue is being resolved.
All right. So this is what I suggest to both parties. Let's hear this motion to withdraw once an attorney is down here from managed to sign counsel.
And that's what I was asking for is I had Norma go ahead and call so I can address these issues with the council.
Okay.
Thank
All
you.
right, we'll do that.
Okay, have a seat.
Who's here on Epifano Marcato?
I am, Your Honor, ready.
All right, parties could approach, please. Court is calling 2022 CR 10754, State of Texas versus Epifano Marcato. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Ruben Herrera for the state.
Dennis
Defense.
Callahan for defense.
And are you Mr. Marcato?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, are there any applications in this case?
No, Your Honor.
All right, probation, no application. All right, counsel, have you received all the discovery in this case and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Marcato, I'm going to show you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Your Honor, we're proceeding as to count one, waiving and abandoning all of the counts.
And are you proceeding on the repeater?
No, Your Honor.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Mercado, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review this document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
You're charged with the offense of assault, family choking, strangulation, second. That's a second-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court doesn't follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I do, Your Honor.
Mr. Marcato, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea bargain agreement, the state is proceeding on count 1. They're asking that your punishment be assessed at 7 years in the prison. They will take in consideration County Court Cause number 691509. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no contact with Pearl, P-E-R-L, P-E-A-R-L, Levry, L-E-V-R-I-E.
Your Honor, I'm sorry to interrupt. That I believe was a typo on my end. It should be victim Lois Pena. I can correct that.
Oh, that's a big.
It is. I think I might have been confused on the case.
All right, there's to be no contact with Lois Pena. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to be designated as primary custodial parent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that to be your plea bargain agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense,
Yes, ma'am.
state,
Yes, Your Honor.
showing you the paragraph entitled waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places? Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charged in count 1, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence?
State Office States Exhibit 1 and all of its attachments.
No objection.
And state, have you talked to the complainant in this case?
We have, Your Honor.
And is she aware of this plea?
She is.
All right, Mr. Mercado, I'm showing you what's entitled wavering consent, and state you may continue to confer.
Thank you.
Showing you what's entitled wavering consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibit 1 and attachments and review the same. After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Marcato, why should I accept this plea? It seems that you have anger issues.
I'm not gonna lie, man, sometimes I do, but I'm learning to control it.
All right, you're not doing a good job. And who is the name you have tattooed with the bunny rabbit? What is that all about?
Where am I?
On your neck? Who is that on your neck tattoo?
This?
Yeah.
That's my baby mama.
You mean the mother of your child?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Do you have your child's name tattooed on your body?
Yes, ma'am.
And who else name do you have tattooed on your body?
Mom,
All right.
my son.
Yes. And are you still with the mother of your child? Really, if you're going to do name tattoos on your body, probably the only safe bet are children and mothers. Although I'm reading in the police report where your mother kicked you out of your home. Well, her house. That's yes.
Yes,
Is
ma'am.
that true?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
you ended up at the complainant's house and you all had only been dating for a month. I don't know why she would move you into her house and you all only been dating for a month. And do you realize that on this day, you ruined her child's date for that day? Because she took her phone to the mother. That's what it says in here. And then you wanted to scroll through the call list to see if she was cheating.
Ma'am, none of that happened like that, ma'am.
Well, here's the thing about relationships. If you think someone is cheating on you, there's no need to do any investigation. Obviously, there's trust issues in the relationship. So you have a choice. Either you leave because somebody's cheating on you, or either you accept it. Now, I know you were in a situation of not leaving because you had no place to go because your mother had kicked you out.
Ma'am, I had places to go, ma'am, and it did not happen like that.
Well, I mean, you still committed a family violence. You need to find a place of your own, get into a relationship with yourself. And then once you are where you want to be, then maybe, and work on yourself, then maybe you can be in a relationship with somebody else because you're not ready. It's the truth of the matter. You need to get your own place. And I always tell people to get an orchid. And you know why I say get an orchid? I take these cases seriously, but for relationships, an orchid is a good plant to have. You know why? Because when you get them from the store, they have all the flowers on them. They're beautiful, they're great. And you get them home and then the blooms fall off and you can't get the bloom again. And orchids, you got to put them in the right amount of sunlight, water them the right way. You need not be in a relationship until you can get an orchid and get it to bloom again, because orchids take patience. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And I know you have attitude with me, but I'm telling you the truth. When you move in with somebody and it's not your place, you really don't have a place to call home. I'm going to find you guilty, sentence you to 7 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served, take in consideration County Court Cause number 691509. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no contact with Lois Pena. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Showing you what's entitled trial court certification of defendants' rights to appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is an affirmative finding of family violence, because it's a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question of what a weapon and ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you. We can go off record. How many children do you have?
3 men.
What are they, boys, girls?
2 girls, 1 boy.
All right, how old are they?
18, 15, and 9.
All right. 15-year-old girl or boy?
Girl.
9-year-old girl or boy?
Boy.
And the other one is a boy or girl? All right, let me explain something to you. And this is what people don't realize when they're in relationships. Children imitate what they see. So you have a daughter, and I know you don't want anybody putting their hands on your daughter in anger, do you?
No.
Let me just tell you, with girls, when they see their father, who they think loves their mother, do that, they assume that's the way you show love. So they end up in a relationship with somebody who's just like you, who will put their hands on them, and you'll be all upset. And boys, when they see their father doing that, they will think, oh, this is how we show love. And they may end up with somebody who has a father or a brother or somebody who's not going to tolerate that. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So you're gonna have to be a better example for your daughter and a better example for your son. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you,
welcome.
Judge.
Thank you, Lionel. Steph, he's here from Mac.
Hello.
Hi. How
Hi.
are you?
All right, Jessica,
Is it
Mac is here.
Mac? Okay, perfect timing. I just came back.
All right, if you can explain to them what's going on. Oh, I thought you were walking, had a question for me. Oh. And Nola, one Garza has not been here. Yes.
Yes, I'll come back.
And also Joseph Holscher, Monica Guerrero. Let me see when they expire. Oh, no. Oh, you know what? I see they expire May 26, 2023. So just issue the warrant. Because if we do a summons and they don't show, we lose jurisdiction. So just issue the warrant. Okay. Thank you.
What's here in George Abaye?
Your client's in the center, counsel.
Thank you.
Tell everybody that every time.
Hey, you tell me that every time too. Just a slow learner.
All right, what's happening with this case?
We've conferred, Your Honor. This is our first setting on this case. I substituted in the last setting. So we're going through the discovery. We just have a new plea bargain offer from the state. And we're going to be communicating that with Mr. Abaye. There's some fairly significant immigration issues here also that we need to make sure that Mr. Abaye is aware of before we make our final decision.
All right, do you have an immigration attorney?
We can get one, Judge.
All right, when is that going to be done?
We'll be doing that as soon as we can.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need this reset for 30 days for a plea deadline date.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, your plea deadline date is June 20th. Immigration issues and everything else, you all need to have contact with them by then. Ms. Ferguson will give you a reset form and then you're excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Welcome. Mr. Law.
Okay.
Yes. They're bringing up numbers. Continue. Right. Right.
I don't know, I haven't heard from him this morning. I'll text him.
Yes. All right, thank you.
Are we gonna start right now?
No, we're gonna start at 11:30.
Okay. Just to hang in tight.
Yeah.
All right, everyone, the jury's coming in at 11:30. Anybody who doesn't have your attorney here, you need to be back here at 1:30. All right.
Judge, are they allowed to meet right now?
No, excuse me, are you all stepping outside to call your attorneys? All right, so you're not excused till 12. But if you want to call your attorney to tell your attorney they need to get here, because today they are in jury trial. Yes,
We're ready.
all right, can I see the parties on Michael Herrera, please? And Matt, did you all have a chance to speak with him?
Not with my client, but they did speak with me.
Do you all want to speak with him? Because the whole issue is defense has filed a motion for competency.
Yes, so we're going to take him down to the satellite office and have him rescreened for indigency. And then we've spoken and the motion to withdraw would be fine.
Well, no,
Because,
I need to make sure he knows what's going on.
yes,
Because he's saying it's okay for them to withdraw. And normally I would grant the motion to withdraw. But I need to know from you, because you're here, if you would like to speak to
Yes.
him, and then you all approach and let me know,
yes,
Mac, if you believe he understands what's going on.
yes, ma'am. Okay, we'll do the satellite part.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Who is here on Alberto Trevino?
I have your honor.
If parties can come forward, please. Oh, we have someone here. Court is calling 2021 CR 0149, State of Texas versus Alberto Trevino. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state
Travis Banks, the state of Texas.
defense?
It's Fernando Cortez for Mr. Trevino.
Are you Mr. Trevino?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review it with your attorney?
I have your honor.
Court will find that the state was in compliance with discovery. Mr. Trevino, I'm showing you what's entitled application for deferred adjudication or community supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, next I'm going to show you what's entitled true bill of indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
I waive it, your honor.
State, it appears you're only proceeding on count 4. Is that correct?
That's correct, your honor.
Any objection to the waivers of the other counts?
No objection, your honor.
Going to show you what's entitled court admonishments and defendants waivers and affidavit of admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand this in count 4, you're charged with the offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon? That is a second-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court doesn't follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor. Understand.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that the court would grant your application for deferred adjudication if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked? Court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine.
Yes, Your Honor. Understand.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has, your honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do, your honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
He is, your honor.
Mr. Trevino, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea? Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
According to the police, state is proceeding on count 4. There's $1,000 fine. State recommends deferred adjudication and anger management course. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, I do understand.
Defense,
Yes, Your Honor.
state,
Yes, Your Honor.
showing you the waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counselor, are there any such motions?
There have not, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargaining agreement. State is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 10 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation, 100 hours of community service restitution, no contact with Jesse Cervinia, Sophie Cervinia, and Dominique Serta. Did you understand that those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
I do understand, Your Honor.
Then to count 4 in the indictment, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence?
Yes, Your Honor. The state offers State's Exhibit 1 and its attachments.
No objection, Your Honor.
Mr. Trevino, oh, you may be excused, state.
Thank you.
Mr. Trevino, I'm showing you what's entitled waiving consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
I did.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call in the right to remain silent?
I do understand, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after viewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you apply for deferred adjudication. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
We are, Your Honor, please.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Trevino, when someone is behind on rent, you don't get to storm into the house and forcibly move them. You understand?
I understand.
I understand how it is when people owe you money and they don't pay you. And then next thing you know, they have a new Mercedes, or the next thing you know, they're going on a European vacation and you're struggling because they owe you money and haven't paid. But now, because of your actions, guess what? You're still paying and you probably haven't been paid the rent that you owe. And now you're going to have court costs and fees. You understand?
I understand.
All right. Do we have something other than anger management that's a level up from anger management?
Your Honor, you can use one moment.
Okay. All right, while probation is looking, I'm gonna sentence you to 8 years deferred adjudication. There's $1,000 fine that will be probated. There's to be no contact with Jesse Servina, Servina, Sophie Servina, and Dominique Serta, Cerda. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Are you employed?
Yes, ma'am.
Proof of it. What do you do?
I'm a director of a construction company.
Okay, proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Regular UAs. Field visits 1 time per month for 3 months. Then after that, probation, if the field visits will be at your discretion. All right, and then I'll see about the anger management course.
Donna, there's a hostility management and aggression.
All right, we'll, because the field you're in, you need hostility management and aggression control course.
I'll take it.
Okay.
I have admonished him on this issue, Judge. He didn't have any prior, but he understands now that he cannot do the self-help. He cannot do these kinds of things. And he clearly understands this kind of issue. But he never had any kind of domestic issues or problems or violence of any kind. I do believe that it was an isolated incident that he definitely knows he cannot engage in this type of conduct, Judge.
All right, so I'll order that 100 hours of community service restitution. You can do this community service hours, or you can, I'll allow you, I rarely do this, but I'll allow you to buy out of those hours at $7.25 per hour, and that can go to the San Antonio Food Bank.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Probation, is there anything else he needs?
No.
All right, is there anything else you need from the court to be successful? All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yeah.
All right, we can go off the record. Good luck to you in this court to be successful on probation. Communication really is key. If there's an issue, discuss it with your probation officer. If you feel like they're not addressing it, you can come to the court, okay?
All right. Thank
All
you
right,
very
thank
much, Your
you.
Honor.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Just remain in court and probation. We'll go over conditions.
I think we have a victim impact statement on this case.
Excuse me, Mr. Trevino, they say they have a victim impact statement.
Our advocate is getting up. Yeah.
On this side.
No talking to the inmates.
You can mute us.
It's always just.
You two have communicated this way.
Right, who's here on Robbie Gonzalez?
Nothing's here for the defense. Mr. Gonzalez is coming up.
Court is calling 2022 CR 5858, State of Texas versus Robbie Aaron Gonzalez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Travis Banks for the state of Texas.
Defense.
Smith for the defense.
Right, and are you Mr. Robbie Aaron Gonzalez? All right, state has filed a motion for continuance. Defense, are you objecting to the motion?
We are, Your Honor. We can't agree to that.
All right, state.
Your Honor, our complainant, Karen Ray Velasquez is, we've talked to her in the past. She is cooperative. At this setting, however, we were unable to reach her. We spoke with her sister. She's experiencing homelessness. I think she's living at Haven for Hope, but as of right now, we have not regained contact with her.
All right, this case has been on the court's docket since August 4th, 2022. The motion for continuance is denied. Is there anything else from either side?
No,
Nothing further.
All right, who's here on Rodney Johnson? All right, where's Mr. Johnson?
Right here in custody, Judge.
Mr. Johnson, come forward, please. All right, what is happening with this case?
Judge, I have an offer from the state. I've talked to the defendant. I like to get a brief continuance to review the discovery and do some more investigation. I think the first setting.
All right. Thank you. All right, Mr. Johnson, how much time are you requesting?
I'll say 6 months.
Oh, no, 6 months is out of the question.
No, that you're requesting to come back.
Oh,
I'm sorry, 2 weeks, he said.
Oh, okay. Oh, I understand what you're saying by 6
Yeah,
months now, but yes. No. All right, Ms. First, can we recall this for 2 weeks? June 6th. All right, so we'll bring you back on June 6th. Okay, all right, thank you.
Thank
Have a
you,
good
Judge.
one.
Maybe excuse me.
Yes. Missing witness, so we can highlight it.
But
All right, could I see, Leonardo Rosales, 2022 CR 5001?
Hello, Jack.
Hello, just one second. Oh, this one, an interpreter is needed. Where's your client?
Actually, run with the red.
All right, the state is dismissing the continuous violence against family case. If you, you speak Spanish?
I do, yes, Your Honor.
All right, if you will let your client know.
I really let him know, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right,
Thank you so much. And then on the other case, yes,
Oh, no, just one second.
okay.
All right, so you may want to let him know.
He's not gonna leave.
Okay, all right, thank you. Let me. Oh, his other case? Yes. Okay. When is the criminal, I guess the criminal trial division is set together, correct?
Right.
No, he has another case that's not criminal trial division. It's family violence. All right, thank you. No, I do not. All right, where are the parties on to run? All right, yes, what's happening?
Judge, we confirm we do not have a resolution of the case. I'm not ready to proceed because I have a vacation that I'm on file for this week. I'm actually leaving tomorrow.
All right, so a motion for continuance needs to be filed.
I can. I just thought it would be honored if we followed the court procedure about filing vacation notices in advance.
No, you have to file a motion for continuance.
I'll follow, Judge.
All right, so as soon as that's filed, I'll take it up.
Okay.
All right, thanks. Herrera.
Yes, Your Honor, we're ready on that one.
All right, we're back on the record in 2022 CR 0147, State of Texas versus Michael Herrera. Can I have parties announced for the record? State.
Are the names of the state of Texas?
Defense.
Jessica Gonzalez for Mr. Herrera.
Are you Mr. Herrera?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and
Stephanie Carnero on behalf of the MAC office.
all right, so we're here for a motion to withdraw. Have Mac, have you had a chance to speak with Mr. Herrera?
Yes, Your Honor, we have. I've asked him about whether he knows why his attorney is withdrawing. He does. He does understand that now with her withdrawing that he needs a court-appointed attorney. I explained to him the screening process. We did go down to the satellite office and he did that and he qualifies.
All right, so state any objection to the motion to withdraw?
No objection from the state, Your Honor.
All right, then the motion to withdraw will be granted. My understanding is that what's pending for him is an evaluation. And which day did you all say that it was sent to Dr. Jimenez?
I believe it was, I'm sorry,
Judge, I'm sorry to interrupt.
May 11th, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, let's bring this back in late June.
I can do June 29th.
All right, we're gonna come back on June 29th. Ms. Ferguson will give you a reset form, then you're excused.
And Your Honor, just so the court knows, I did speak with the MAC. They are going to be looking at appointing Miss Arlene Gay on the matter, which I will reach out to her and give her a full update on everything that we've been doing on the case and working towards.
All right, thank you.
And
All right,
Judge,
yes.
I'm pardon. And we also ran into Arlene Gay here, and so she knows that the appointment is coming as well.
All right, thank you. Just get the reset form and then you're excused.
Thanks.
All right, Norman, can you see where Miss Warburton is? Okay, yes.
Just a second. Yeah, no problem. And I need for him to sign it and bring it back to me. Thank you.
Hi, Judge.
Hello.
We approach. So we're here.
File.
Hi, Mr. Ramos, Nicholas Ramos.
Yeah, so everybody, you gotta pull the file.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Got it. It's there.
Where's Mr. Ramos?
He's in custody.
He needs to come down. Is this about him?
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, we're not keeping secrets from Mr. Ramos.
No.
All right, he's in the center council. All right, yes, so what's going on with this case?
So Judge, I was taking a look at the case history for this defendant. There are quite a number of felonies that are all waiting indictment. Many of them are still sealed. So at this time, the state can't make an offer. I can take the time to review them, but I think it's multiple second and first degree felonies that are all waiting indictment.
All right, so how much time are you asking for, state?
Judge, it may be a month just because there are a lot of cases of people that we're gonna need to contact.
All right, Ms. Ferguson. Mr. Ramos, give him a 45-day reset, please.
I can do July 13th.
All right, we're gonna be back on July 13th. And how many outstanding cases approximately?
At least 10.
Okay.
Yeah, let's see, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
So we'll come back on July 13th, and at that time, state, I'm expecting you to be able to tender an offer.
Okay, Judge.
Is there anything else?
No, Your Honor. It
All
would
right,
be
thank you.
excused.
Yes.
Thank you.
No, Ramos, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We already knew it was gonna happen, didn't we? People are doing paperwork now. All right, so, I'm gonna wind up outside, so I can be here at 1:30, but we'll start at 1:30. So if you would like to go back to the 2-9 to watch their trial, you can. And we're gonna be here at, back here at 1:30 to actually do jury selection. Mr. Kuntz. Hi. Hi, this is a student from UTSA.
Very nice to meet you.
So if you all could let her sort of shadow you a little bit. She is making up her mind on her profession, which I know it's going to be criminal law. But I'm not putting my thumb on the scale in any way. But if you all have words of wisdom or have her shadow you, she is here for it.
Are you following the judge just today or every week, or what are you doing?
Yeah, she's here for as long as she wants to be here.
Okay.
But if you would like her to intern with you, she's available.
Let me, if we're done with our final, give you our card and maybe, yeah, that'd be great. Sounds good. Nice to meet you. Sure.
Thank you. So, he practiced criminal law. He does do some civil as well. And all of the defense attorney practice criminal law as well. And if you want to, there's a prosecutor upstairs. And if you want to maybe intern with the DA's office, you can put your name in for that as well. I can't put my finger on any scale, but I can just let people know you're a student and you're interested.
Okay, thank you
Yes.
so much, Jeff.
So just let me know.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you. Also, I want to tell you, I saw you were teaching a class this upcoming fall. It's, I registered first, I forgot the name. It's Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Actually, that's not me, I don't think.
Really?
Yeah, because I am not going to be there next semester.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so.
Whose
if-
class did you register?
Yeah.
I mean, it said it was with you. Was there like,
Okay.
a change or something?
Yes, there should be a change, but I'm gonna look and see. It's just because I've been going back and forth to Shreveport with my mom.
Okay.
And so I couldn't do both.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm gonna see who they have.
Okay.
All right,
Thank you,
you're
yes.
welcome.
Is this what your every Tuesday looks like?
Yes, only busier. And Thursday is usually, not Thursday, yeah, Thursday. Thursday is motions to revoke sentencing. So anybody who's entered a plea and needed a PSI, and a PSI is just basically pre-sentence investigation report.
Right.
So it's done through probation. And it gives me some more of the background information over the accused. And then on Thursday, I'll listen to whatever evidence either side is bringing and also read the PSI report and make a decision on their application for probation. Or sometimes people will enter into agreements where it's a cap of years. So what that means is they're not applying for probation. They're just saying, say, for example, if it's a first degree felony, the range is 5 to 99 years of life. And sometimes they're entering into agreement with the state to a cap of 25 years or a cap of 35 years. So if I accept their plea agreement, what that means is I can't sentence the person above the 35 years because they've agreed that I will sentence them from 5 to 35.
Okay.
And then sometimes it's the state is opposed to someone's application for probation. And so they'll apply for probation. And if I choose not to give them probation, then they're looking at a term of years, whatever their agreement was.
Oh.
So once I finish with the pleas and everything, I'll take you to back so you can actually see the paperwork.
Thank you.
It's open to the public. Anybody can see what it is. But a lot of people in the courtroom, we all went to the same law school. Yeah. So John Kuntz and I went to the same law school. A lot of people here are graduates of St. Mary's.
Despite me looking at least 20 years older than the judge, we were classmates in law school,
Close.
so, you know,
You both went to St. Mary's?
Yes.
yeah.
And we both have Louisiana connections.
Oh, wow.
I went to college in New Orleans, so, yeah.
How was that?
I made it in 4 years. It was wonderful.
Patience has man.
It was wonderful. Where are you from?
Yeah.
My parents currently live in McAllen, Texas.
Yeah.
Down south from here.
I love McAllen.
Yeah, but from Mexico is where my family's from.
Fantastic. Where in Mexico?
Chihuahua,
Oh,
up north.
Yeah, yeah. I love McAllen. I go down there a couple times a year. Some of our classmates that I'm still real good friends with are all down there. So I love McAllen. So, yeah, it's fun.
All right, who's here on Sergio Martinez Garcia?
That would be me.
Right, he was able to be brought, come down, Mr. Martinez. Court is calling 2022 CR 9291, State of Texas versus Sergio Martinez Garcia. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garrett, Your Honor.
Defense?
Melissa Christian.
And are you Mr. Garcia?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery and did you review it with your client?
I have, yes.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery and probation. This is not an application.
Oh, I am so sorry. It is, Judge. It's deferred and I did not have him.
What state
is recommending deferred?
That is my fault, Judge. All right, this is an application.
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
I can fix that right now.
All right, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, sir.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Judge.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, we are, Your Honor.
Mr. Garcia, are you requesting the court consider an application for deferred adjudication?
Yes, sir.
And did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to show you what's entitled Court Admonishments of Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of aggravated robbery? That's a first-degree felony.
Yes,
The
sir.
range of punishment is anywhere from 5 to 99 years or life in prison and up to $10,000 fine.
Yes, sir.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty, sentence you up to life in prison and up to $10,000 fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has, Judge.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do believe.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Garcia, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No.
Satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did
Yes.
you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea bargain agreement, there's a $2,500 fine, permanent finding of deadly weapon. State recommends deferred adjudication. There's to be restitution of $650 to Victoria Lopez. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
Yes, you are.
Defense?
Yes, Judge, but they're also taking into consideration a second offense.
That is correct. Was it not marked on the Judge? Sorry about that.
Yes.
Taking consideration, dismiss the case.
Perfect. Thank you.
And the state is taking in consideration 2022 CR 9433. Does everyone understand that to be the plea state?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Garcia?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense.
Yes, Judge.
Showing you the paragraph entitled waiver repeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
Motions were filed, Judge, but nothing ruled upon.
Showing you what's outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 10 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation, 250 hours community service restitution, no contact with Victoria Lopez, Asia Janae, ASIAJNEA, Messingel, Charlotta CHARS. Oh, my reading is just off.
It's a tough.
That is correct.
CHARLSETTA, Messingel. All right, did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the offense as charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence?
Yes, Your Honor. State exhibit number 1 with all attachments.
We have no objections.
Right, and state, have you spoken to the complainants?
We have previously done.
And they are aware of the agreement?
Mostly.
Okay. All right, Mr. Garcia, I'm showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to a jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same.
No.
All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding you guilty as you apply for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Judge.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, we have had this case on the docket for a while. Garcia has been in jail for a while. As much as I would like to take credit for this incredible plea bargain deal, this has been a conference of the parties, and this is the appropriate outcome that we think should be found in this case, and we're asking you to follow the plea bargain.
All right, anything you wish to say, Mr. Garcia?
No, Your Honor, just hope you accept the plea bargain.
How old are you?
I am 45.
Do you have any children?
Yes, Your Honor.
What are their ages?
My daughter's graduating this year, 15. Got two 23-year-olds and 13-year-old.
And were you employed before you were taken into custody?
Yes, I was.
Doing what?
I was sub-carpenter.
All right, do you have a place to stay if you're released?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to tell you what I told the last gentleman who's here. When someone owes you money, you need to call the police or either file a civil suit, depending on how the money is owed. If it's, I loaned them money, then you need to file a civil suit. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And let me explain to you something about money, and this will help people. Unless you have a contract that you have somebody sign saying, this is the payment plan you're on, this is the way you're gonna pay it, and this is what I want for collateral. What you need to realize when you loan people money, if you get it back, great. If you don't get it back, you let it go. And guess what? You learn, never loan that person money again.
Yes, Your Honor.
Because now, guess what? Maybe that person still owes you money, but you're spending more money because you're gonna have to spend money on probation and all the things that's related to being on probation or having a criminal charge. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And have you been enjoying staying at the Bexar County Jail?
Oh, Your Honor.
And I don't know, do they still feed the bologna? with
I'm pretty
mustard
sure they
and
do.
bread?
Yeah.
All right, this is what the court is gonna do. The court is gonna sentence you to 9 years deferred adjudication. There's a $2,500 fine that will be probated. Taking consideration 2022 CR 9433. Now you owe her money and she still owes you money. So restitution of $650 to Victoria Lopez. 250 hours of community service restitution. I'm gonna order parenting classes with Triple P. Once he's completed parenting classes, the community service hours will be deemed satisfied.
Thank you, Judge.
Proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home healthcare provider or with minors. There's to be no contact with Victoria Lopez, Asia Janae Massengale. I'm sorry, Massengale. And Charlesetta Massengale. You know, with her name being Charlesetta, I bet you her father's name is Charles.
It is actually.
Oh, it is? See, look at me doing detective work. There has to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular UAs, make sure you test for alcohol. Field visits. We'll do one time per month for 3 months. Then thereafter at probation's discretion. And I'm gonna want 90 sober meetings in 90 days. And a TAP evaluation that can be done out of custody. If TAP evaluation is recommended inpatient treatment, we'll start with supportive outpatient treatment. And there is an affirmative finding of a deadly weapon. The reason I'm asking for you to do the sober meetings is because the complainant said that you were highly intoxicated when you came over. Oh, did you ever get the collectible baseball back?
Baseball? No, Your Honor.
See. Your attorney probably can tell you how to get that back. Probation, is there anything else you need? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No, Your Honor.
Showing you what's entitled trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you heard your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission. Do you understand?
Okay.
All right, off the record, in this court, if you want to be successful on probation, communication is key.
Yes, sir.
So if there's an issue, speak to your probation officer. If you feel they're not addressing it, you can come to court and I'll see what the issue is. I'm here from Monday through Friday, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
May we be excused, Judge?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, who is Manuel Sandoval? If you can come forward, please. Mr. Sandoval, your attorney has mental health docket. So he can't be here today. So he's asking that your case be recalled for Wednesday. So we're gonna bring you back tomorrow.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Ferguson will give you a reset form, then you're excused. Thank you for your patience.
Wow, very good.
No, I turned in everything. All right, thank you. Oh, we're gonna break it like 12. Unless somebody has a motion. Israel Alonso, Elizondo. All right, court is calling 2022 CR 0274, State of Texas versus Israel Elizondo. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Brittany mentioned for the state.
For the defense?
Alice Warburton.
All right, and are you Mr. Elizondo? All right, we're scheduled for jury trial today. State, are you ready to proceed?
The state is ready, Your Honor.
All right, defense has filed a motion for continuance. Defense, I'll hear your motion.
Thank you, Judge. If you will allow me to grab a.
See here, man.
Hello?
Right here.
Yes.
Well, so the easy part is, I can't talk. I'm getting over strep, so I'd like to. Part two of my motion is I would like to not pick a jury without a full voice. I think that Mr. Elizondo would not get a fair trial if I can't
Oh, we
talk
got
very well.
microphones here.
What's that? Yes, so there's that. And then additionally, I'd like to move for continuance under 2906, Judge. This is not news to the state. We've been aware that there is a minor, he's listed as MA in the motion, and his mother, Maria Garcia, are witnesses that we've tried to locate. Some of the discovery that we received last time helped enable us to get that address. Their last known address is 1200 Patricia Drive, apartment 1103, San Antonio, Texas, 78213. Our private investigator, Christopher Otero, has gone to that address multiple times, has
And how old
called.
is this witness?
What's that?
How old is the witness that you need?
The one witness is 36, the mother, and the other witness, I believe, is 16 now.
All right, are 16-year-olds still in school in Bear County?
Yes, so we have subpoenaed the school records from Northside, and it doesn't appear that he attends there. So now we are moving on to other school districts. We are actively employed in locating these witnesses. We know their last known residences. We've attempted to call last known numbers. The last I heard from my investigator is that they did locate a relative who says, I don't know their phone number either, but I'll ask like we've finally found someone who is related to these individuals who is saying they will get back to us with their contact information. This is our first trial setting. This is our first motion for continuance, and we expect the witnesses to testify that the complainant in this case has accused that young man of substantially similar conduct that is alleged in this case, and then recanted and was disciplined. So that is what we expect the mother and the minor child's testimony to be. So we find that to be, extremely important to our defense. And we have, Judge, made serious, diligent efforts to find them. We have the school records. We have gone to that. We have pulled up background checks and phone numbers. And we do, Judge, we do have a lead. And this is critical for Mr. Elizondo's defense. It's quite a bombshell, actually. And we would like to get to the bottom of it. We would like to call these witnesses. We'd like to speak to them. Perhaps, this rumor is unfounded, and perhaps it is not. And
Mr. Elizondo will not get a fair trial until we know whether that potential, those witnesses are there, Judge.
All right, so this case has been on this court's docket since February 10th, 2022. The court will note that my understanding is that school records, according to what you all told me, have been in the possession of everybody since December 2nd, 2022. We are now in May 2023. Motion for continuance is denied.
That in her queue for me, so I can ask her a question about it. Thank you.
All right. Mr. Gore,
That's me.
I'll learn how to
I'm here.
pronounce the first name later.
He's not present today, Judge. He's set next week. I'm going to be out of town, so I'm just asking the court would allow me to reset this to June the 13th.
All right, Ms. Fergus, can you bring Mr. Gore back for June 13th? Yes.
He's on bond and I will let him know.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
The motion is
Pretty much what happened is that, he was thinking. Stop in the middle and smashed it about 4 different cars. So there's little things. So. So let's see accomplish. Okay. Okay, that's. I mean, you don't want to.
Well, somebody's taking care of you, Garcia.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Right, Moran? And where is Noah Moran or Moran? Come forward. You're the way. All right, so we have several cases. And are these all outside, all arising allegedly out of the same occurrence?
No, Judge, there are 2 instances, and there is also a sealed case, injury to a child, that is associated with the evading and failure to stop that I mentioned to defense counsel just now. Was unaware of it since it is a sealed case.
All right, is he on any bond conditions?
Full house restaurant.
Okay. All right, so I'm assuming you all still have discovery to work through?
Yeah, I believe so, Your Honor, with the cases.
All right,
This is the co-defendant with a previous individual on the docket.
all right, what day have we already given him a date?
Yes, Nicholas Ramos is the co-defendant on the ag robbery. It should be on the same page.
Okay. Norma, on Mr. Moran. I'm gonna need a 45-day reset. July 13 appears to be what's the date.
That's.
All right, so we're gonna be back on July 13th.
Thank you, Judge.
Ms. Ferguson will give you a reset form, then your excuse.
Thank you.
And so this is the docket sheet for each court's file. And then it has the indictment in there. And so for me, some judges don't do it, but for me, I write down everything that takes place that way, because we have hundreds of cases. That way I can remember what happened and I remember, for example, if somebody says we're waiting for discovery for medical records, then I can see we've been waiting for discovery records for medical records for 45 days. And I can say, all right, I'm giving you one more setting. Y'all need to subpoena whoever has those records and have them come to court and we can find out why they don't have it.
Okay. Lots of paperwork.
Yes. Sometimes once you know the system, you have an idea how long it will take them to get records. Well, if it's medical records from like the ME, because the ME, they're backlogged, usually looking at about 90 days. If it's mental health and they have to be transferred to the state hospital, that can usually take about 4 to 5 months. And the thing about the mental health, when you're sending someone, let's say someone is deemed to be incompetent, and if they have a violent offense, it's mandated by law that they must go to an inpatient state hospital. So even though they're at the jail waiting for transfer, you can't just say, oh, well, I'm releasing you. The law is they have to go to the state hospital. And sometimes people regain their competency at jail. So that's something that needs to be worked on. No more hospitals needed.
Yeah.
All right, on Juan Tehran. All right, state, this is Mr. Tehran. Court is calling 2022 CR 10548, State of Texas versus Juan Tehran. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Brittany Mitchell for the state.
Defense.
Raymond Martinez from Mr. Tehran.
All right, defense has filed a motion for continuance. Defense off the record informed the court they had a vacation letter on file. State, are you aware of the defense's vacation letter?
I became aware when the court.
Okay. All right, do you have any objections to defense counsel's continuance?
No, Your Honor.
All right, she was pausing there.
I was worried. Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Guess my wife can go by herself. That's always an option.
Oh, well, I know your wife, so maybe I need to call her and ask her.
I
if
was
she
just
wants
on
to go by
vacation.
herself.
I'm
Then I'll call
afraid to get
her
the
and
answer,
say,
Judge.
don't worry, I'll keep him here. All right, I will grant the motion for continuance, but this is going immediately thereafter for trial. Ms. Ferguson, can you put Mr. Tehran up for the next available trial setting?
Yes, ma'am.
Looks like an old case, Judge, but it's just indicted in January. Just not, so you don't think it's like a really.
No, Gladys, we miss her. She needs to come down to see us. I haven't either. You know, the last time I saw her when we're off the record, the last time I saw her, she's put in Gladys business. The last time I saw her, Gladys was so happy and I could tell that she was leaving. But she always had this serenity about her, like if it was hectic, you just see her and you're like, serenity.
She did, yeah. She did. She does. Haven't seen her in a while.
All right, we're gonna come back on July 25th for jury trial. Ms. Ferguson will give you your reset form. All right, and then your excuse. Who's here? James Bradley. Is this for a bond issue?
Yes, Your
He has a violation report.
Honor. He picked up a misdemeanor.
I mean, I'm not inclined. Are you asking for him to have a bond?
Ma'am,
What are you asking?
set a bond, Your Honor.
Yes, I'm not inclined to give him a bond because he is on bond for an assault, family choking, strangulation. And then now we have a violation of a bond or protective order.
Right.
So we'll need to have a hearing, but I'm not inclined to grant that. And they're telling me it's the same complainant. So I'll hear this at a later date, but the complainant needs to appear.
No
Have you
problem,
talked to
Your
the
Honor.
state or the stating agreement?
They asked for $30,000. I was asked the court to report 20.
No, I'm gonna have to hear it and have, is the complainant going to be available at some time in the future?
We can contact the complainant to check their availability or.
All right, and this is not, is this on the docket today?
No, Your Honor, it's
All
off
right,
docket.
Ms. Ferguson will give you a setting for a hearing on the bond issue.
Thank you, Judge.
Yeah.
So I need to file a motion or?
Yes. The news.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks.
And counsel, the setting will be as quickly as you want it.
I'll be here at 1:30, Your Honor.
Okay,
I'm just.
They're swearing my client in on a plea.
okay.
Pardon me, will we be able to do it?
Yes, we'll do that. And then we're gonna break for lunch.
Oh, I need to give her my business card.
Okay.
Sure.
Cynthia Cabello,
It's Judge.
where is she?
She's present.
Come forward. All right, where are we on this case?
This was conferred today. Judge, the state has made an offer. We just need some time to,
All right, do you have all the discovery?
I believe so, Judge. I'll talk with one one item they'll check the,
All right, what item is this?
I think the video, you know, if you have the video on that.
Is there a video in this case?
I've not been made specifically aware of missing video, but I could look into any concerns.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, we're gonna recall this, and we're gonna recall it in 3 weeks, and that's for discovery. What date? And it's Cynthia Cabello.
June 15th.
All right, so we're gonna come back on June 15th to make sure that your attorney has all the discovery, and then we'll proceed from there.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you. I'll get a reset call from Ms. Ferguson, then you're seats. And Norma, I'm gonna take up this last plea and then we're breaking. And the persons who are coming back for trial, and you need to be here by 1:15, is Alberto Trevino, Isaiah Verjus, Nick. Yes. Oh, he played? Okay, thank you. Strike that. All right, it's gonna be Isaiah Verjus, Migdalia Salazar, Fidel Ayala, Israel Elizondo, Nathan Martinez, I think he's entering a plea.
That's right.
Raf Perez, Robbie Gonzalez. Leonardo Rosales.
The state's calling out. I'm continuous motion on that.
All right. Martin Rios. All right, y'all are to be back here this afternoon, and we'll start with jury selection. And with regards to the accused, at that time, jurors will be in the hallway. So do not wait in the hallway with the jurors. Do not discuss anything with the jurors. Do not be discussing your case in the hallway at all. All right, thank you. Oh, we have, which case is this? Rosales. All right, can I see the file on Leonardo Rosales? And then we're gonna take up Martinez. State, are you doing a motion for continuance on this? This is Leonardo Rosales.
Yeah, oh, I'm sorry.
Has the motion for continuance been filed?
No, I'm trying to print it right now.
Okay, all right. If you give us one moment.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your patience. All right, so if you'll have a seat, and I'm gonna take. All right, can I see the parties on Nathan Martinez?
Yes, Judge. Present.
And counsel, are these applications?
Only on one. One is a reduction to a misdemeanor. It'll be time served on, and then on the felon in possession case, it is a they're waiving the enhancements and they're recommending probation.
All right, the court is calling 2021 CR 10261 and 2022 CR 7517. State of Texas versus Nathan Martinez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Gary has the criminal trial division.
Ruben Herrera for the family violence division.
All right.
John Coons for Mr. Martinez.
And are you Mr. Martinez?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, and thanks for dressing appropriately for trial, even though you came from the jail. All right, counsel, have you received all the discovery and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery in each cause number. And the cause number ending in 10261, I'm showing you what's entitled application for probation. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
And each cause number, I'm showing you what's entitled true bill of indictment. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand them?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, in each cause number, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
And the cause number ending in 10261 state, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
No, Your Honor, we're waiving the enhancement paragraphs and proceeding on felon in possession of a firearm, third degree felon.
We obviously have no objection to the waivers.
And in the cause number ending in 7517 state, are you proceeding on that as presented.
Your Honor, we're proceeding as to the lesser included offense in count 2 of assault, bodily injury, family households, waiving all other allegations and enhancements.
No objection.
All right, and each cause number, I'm showing you what's entitled court admonishments and defendants waivers and affidavit of admonitions. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand them?
Yes, ma'am.
Felon in possession is a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Assault bodily injury, family household as a class A misdemeanor. The range of punishment is up to a $4,000 fine and up to 1 year in the Bexar County Jail. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And each cause number, if you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court doesn't have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court doesn't follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand in each cause number, you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering pleas in this cause number, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into pleas in each of these cause numbers?
Yes, ma'am.
And the counsel in each of the cause numbers, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He certainly has.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
He definitely does.
Do you believe he's currently competent, was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes and yes.
Mr. Martinez, in each of the cause numbers, has anyone threatened you, forced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are
Yes,
you a
ma'am.
U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find in each of the cause number that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial, showing you the plea bargain pages. Did you review those with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
And cause number ending in 10261, punishment is to be assessed at 8 years in the prison, $250 fine, no application for deferred adjudication. State recommends community supervision. This will run concurrent with 2022 CR 7517. State will take in consideration 2022 CR 10119, 2020 CR 10120, and there's to be a drug court evaluation. In 2022 CR 7517, state is proceeding on the less included offense. They're asking that your punishment be assessed at 285 days in the Bexar County Jail. There are no applications. It will run concurrent with the cause number ending in 10261. Same cases will be taken into consideration. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to be designated as primary custodial parent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement in each cause number?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense?
Yes, Judge.
State?
It is, Your Honor.
In each cause number, I'm showing you what's in title trial, waiver of appeal. Did you review those paragraphs with your attorney? Did you understand them?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been
Thank you.
filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Showing you outside the plea bargain agreement in the cause number ending 10261. State is recommending that your community supervision be for a term of 8 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation, 120 hours community service restitution, no contact with Daniel Pizzuto, Pizzuto Jr., Deborah Pizzuto, and Desiree, Dezeray Sanchez. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the assault bodily injury case, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Felon in possession of a weapon, how do you plead?
No contest.
State, any evidence to support the defendant's plea in each cause number?
Any cause number, state exhibit number 1 with all its attachments, Your Honor.
We've reviewed them all and have no objection, Your Honor.
Mr. Martinez, in each cause number, I'm showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand them? Did you sign them in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
In each cause number, the court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty and cause number ending in 7517. Are you ready to proceed with sentencing in that cause number?
We are, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, just for the record, is that the assault or is that the felon in possession?
The assault.
Okay. No, Judge, we would just request that you follow the plea bargain, give him credit for the time he has already served and render that a judgment satisfied.
All right, and state in that cause number, have you spoken to the complainant?
Your Honor, we've lost contact with the complainant in that case. There's actually 2 complainants involved in this case. One of them is deceased, the other we have lost contact with.
All right, there's an affirmative finding of family violence. This will run concurrent with 2022 CR 10261. Take in consideration 2022 CR 10119. 2022 CR 10120. There's to be no contact with
Daniel Pizzuto and Deborah Pizzuto and
Thank you.
Desiree.
Deborah Pizzuto, Daniel Pizzuto Jr. And what did we say the last name was? Desiree
Sanchez, Your Honor.
and Desiree Sanchez. It will be 285 days in the Bexar County Jail. Give you credit for any time served. If that's a judgment satisfied, then the clerks will note that's a judgment satisfied. I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal in that cause number. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal in that cause number. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And because there's an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the court is proceeding in the cause number ending in 10261. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty in that cause number. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
We are, Your Honor. I would like to address the substance evaluations and things. I don't know if you want me to do it now or wait. Yeah. So we're very grateful the state has recommended probation. That's wonderful. And he is very desirous of getting some sort of treatment, possibly inpatient, if that's what's recommended. The concern that I have and that his family has who are here is that he not be released without treatment. His substance issue was so severe prior to him being locked up that we want to make sure that he gets help before he is let out. So we're not requesting that he be released today. We want to make sure these evaluations are done, and whether it's drug court that accepts him or SATF or safety or whatever the next steps are, we would like for him to go straight from the jail to there.
All right, the court is going to sentence you to 8 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 8 years. $250 fine is probated. Do you have any children?
Yes, ma'am. I have a 11-year-old daughter.
And where is she?
She's with her mom.
Are you involved in her life at all?
Yes, somewhat.
All right. Court is gonna run this for concurrent with 2022 CR 7517. Take in consideration 2022 CR 10119 and 2022 CR 10120. Referral to felony drug court, TAP evaluation while in custody. And is there any mental health issues, or we don't know yet because of the drug issues?
Yeah, hard to say, Judge. I don't see any myself. It's mainly been a substance issue.
All right, we're going to do a MIC evaluation. And there's to be no contact with Daniel Pizzuto Jr., Deborah Pizzuto Jr., I'm sorry, just Deborah Pizzuto. Desiree Sanchez. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. The UA hotline upon release. I want that testing at least weekly. Proof of employment within 30 days of release. No employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Field visits one time per month until further notice. 200 hours of community service restitution. That will be deemed satisfied once he completes parenting classes with Triple P. Probation, is there anything else he needs?
Your Honor, as far as the remaining in custody for the felony drug court referral and the TAP evaluation, as well as the MIC eval,
Yes.
if he does not qualify for felony drug court, do you want him brought back to court?
Yes, I want him brought back to the court.
Thank you.
And if he qualifies for felony drug court before the MIC evaluation is completed, then felony drug court will be the persons who will be supervising you, not me. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And then in which case they can release him or whatever they want to do. All right, is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
Just an opportunity to get the structure I need to get back out there and, you know, set a better example for my daughter, you know, that's all I was asking for.
All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And because this is a felony conviction, hear me carefully, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you. Felony drug court is a great program. And you will either come back to me because you've graduated and you're saying I'm doing great, or either you're gonna get sent back to me because you're not doing great, okay? So if you graduate, I will show up to your graduation.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank
Good
you
luck
very
to
much, Judge. Thank you. Take care.
All right, we're here on Leonardo Rosales. Yeah, and this is the last one. All right, defense, are you gonna have any objections to their?
No, Your Honor.
All right, then we don't have to be on the record. And we are done to lunch. All right, so Mr. Rosales, the state has filed a motion for continuance. Have you had a chance to review that with your client?
Yes.
All right. Defense, do you have any objections to the state's motion for continuance?
No, Your Honor, I do not.
And it appears that the reason why there's a motion for continuance is that because there's additional discovery.
Yes, indeed.
All right, the court is going to grant the motion. And how long is it going to take you to turn over the additional discovery to the defense?
I would ask for 30 days. The detective has indicated he can get me the disc this week. And we will be bringing the victim and probably Miss Oviedo in soon as well.
All right, Norma, on Mr. Leonardo Rosales, can we come back in 30 days for discovery? And all right, we're coming back on June 22nd, and there's going to be a quick turnaround for jury trial.
Understood.
All right, everyone, the court is on lunch break.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. I'm on lunch break, everybody. Sorry.
Thank you,